Hi everyone, starting off I'm using Base Perfect Liquid Foundation by Gorgeous Cosmetics. Using a angled foundation brush to apply that onto my skin and blend that all out. And taking my beauty sponge to apply the foundation onto my forehead. I use this instead of a brush because it saves my brows from smudging. Taking a flat brush, I'm going to be carving out my eyebrows with my foundation. By the way, everything I use will be listed in the description box below. Taking my beauty sponge, I'm going to blend out the foundation that I used to carve out my brows. Taking my flat brush, I'm going in with my Mode 2-in-1 foundation and concealer stick and applying this underneath my eyes, my chin and the bridge of my nose. Using my beauty sponge, I'm going to blend everything out into my skin. Taking my powder brush, I'm going to be using the Classics Loose Powder in the shade Translucent and apply that all over my face. This is my favorite powder. I've been using it for 3 years. It hasn't let me down with every foundation that I have used. This has always gave me a nice flawless finish. Using Real Techniques buffing brush, I'm going to be applying that loose powder onto my eyelids and underneath my eyes. For me, this takes away any creases. Then taking Paula's Choice skincare palette, using the shade Bronze and applying that with my flat contour brush. Now taking my Scalp and Glow Powder Plus Illuminate palette, I'm going to be using this Gold Warm contour shade and just applying this in the same areas I applied my first bronze shade. And taking Gorgeous Cosmetics My Everyday Blush palette. I love this palette. I'm going to be using this peachy warm shade and applying it to the apples of my cheeks. To contour my nose, I'm using that bronze shade in the Paula's Choice skincare palette. I'm taking my foundation brush and applying it to my nose. I don't use this brush, so I made good use to it. Taking the double-sided brush, I'm going to be applying the Beauty by Julie Glow highlight on my brow bone, then blending that out with the fluffy side and applying to the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and my upper lip. Using my fan brush, I'm going to be applying the Nude Illuminator from the Scalp and Glow palette onto my cheekbones just above my bronze. And going over with the Beauty by Julie Glow highlight. This is seriously so amazing. It looks so much better in person. You guys have to try this out. Then taking this Steva eyeshadow palette by Chi Chi and applying this off yellow orangey shade as my base. Using this orange shade, I'm going to be applying this to my outer crease, blending towards my middle crease. And taking that first shade, I'm going to just blend everything out. Taking this nice brown orangey shade, I'm using the double-ended eyeshadow brush that came with the palette. I'm applying this on my outer V and then blending it into my outer crease. Using the Royalty Collection palette by Chi Chi, I'm using this nice dark brown shade and I'm applying that to my outer crease. Taking the Australia's metallic eyeshadow, I'm using Gold Gaga. This is amazing, I had to swatch it. By this, I'm using my finger. I'm just tapping the product on. I find this works better than a brush because it gets into my creases, but it's totally up to you how you want to apply this. Using the double-ended brush, I'm going to be using the other end and applying the Pearl Illuminate highlight into my inner corners. Using my slanted eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be applying that same shade that I used for my base underneath my eyes. When applying, I was focusing on my lower outer corner and then blending it to my inner corner, just so when I apply this dark brown shade, it would look more of an ombre. Then taking the MAC Bookshields Graffitas eyeshadow palette, I'm using this dark brown shade and focusing it onto both of my top and lower outer corners. Then taking this black shade, I'm applying it in the same areas I applied that dark brown shade. So the camera stopped recording when I was doing my eyeliner, but I used the IO Captain in W7 in the shade Extra Black. For lips, I'm using the Chi Chi Super Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Talk to the Hand. Everyone's favourite bit, I'm using the Manicure Eyelash Glue to apply my Eye of Lashes in the style 14-3D. Make sure when applying lashes, you try to get as close as possible to your eyelash line. For mascara, I'm using the Falsies Push Up Drama by Maybelline New York and applying to the top and lower lashes. This is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for watching.